fight, for resilience, for passion, desire. Have we seen that all today?
Yeah, we knew what we needed to win the game. We know they're a brilliant team. They play good football, they have amazing players. But we knew that if we had the right spirit, we could get the win today.
Tactically, what did the manager get absolutely right today?
Oh, everything. He prepares every game well. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. But I think you can see it. It was about being compact, about making pressure between the lines, about having some heart and some passion.
And your two teenagers with the 2 goals.
Yeah, that's what Manchester United is about also. They have to step up in these moments. They're big players. Doesn't matter the age.
You're known for your assists. Is that one of your best assists, that pass?
I don't know, but yeah, it was a good pass. I said to Kobe at half-time that what it gets more happy is that he believed that I can see it pass. And so that makes me happy, but it shows us my qualities.
You were long outsiders of this. What does it mean for those fans behind you after the season you've had to win this game and to beat your rivals who've had so much dominance?
Oh, they deserve so much. Probably they deserve it even more than us. We deserve a lot. I can tell you, we didn't have the season that we wanted, but they've been behind us in the worst periods, and then today we have to give something back.
And you've said it, it's about winning trophies. It has to be. For you, if you're going to carry on with Manchester United. For Manchester United.
Of course, but this is part of the club, the DNA of the club. In the history of the club, this is what it is winning trophies.
And what about the manager? As you know, there's speculation about his future and talk that he might be leaving after this.
We just want to celebrate. We just want to enjoy this moment. Together with the fans, together with all the staff, including the manager. We all deserve this, all.
But does he deserve the right to stay, to carry on?
That's not on me to decide. I'm just a football player.
Well done today. Enjoy it. Thank you.
Well, a red letter day for Manchester United. We'll get more reaction from Roy, from Ian and from Jolien. But here is Becky Eyes with Karen Carney.
Incredible scenes as we watch Erik ten Hag with his players. Manchester United FA Cup winners again. The last time they won this was 2016. Karen thoroughly deserved it this afternoon.
Yeah, I think they did. I mean, we spoke about it before the show. The dress rehearsal was actually last week against Brighton. That was the tactics they were going to use. They used them today. They used them massively effectively. And also in possession, they were really good. The decision-making was spot on. Every single player was superb today. And you kind of think, where was this performance throughout the season? And I wouldn't have thought before the game, I would have said that, you know, Erik ten Hag would have out-tacticked Pep Guardiola, would have laughed at you at that maybe. But we're just seeing Kevin De Bruyne now go in the crowd. He's obviously massively disappointed with the result today. But at the end of the day, it was Manchester United's day. They were absolutely superb. They denied Manchester City from any real clear-cut chances until Doku came on, and he was the threat. And the 2 centre-backs were brilliant.
It's such a mix of youth and experience there. So we see Johnny Evans looking up into the crowd there. Two teenagers on the score sheet for Manchester United. But a note on Marcus Rashford today, because it has been a difficult period for him.
Well, he was in the build-up to that wonderful team goal. And to have the week that you mentioned there hasn't been easy for him. But I thought his performance was excellent today. And he took his part and did his part really, really well. That's quite nice scenes there. Everyone's disappointed, FA Cup finals, when you don't get that result. And
oh, bless him, I don't know if that's his child. I think that's his son, bless him, just consoling him. It's difficult for these families, isn't it? They've had so much success, Manchester City, but today United, for the first time, got the better of them this season. What did they do well compared to what didn't quite work for City today?
Well, I don't know whether there's a little bit of a hangover, I have to be brutally honest, from winning the Premier League. You know, they didn't look themselves, the rhythm wasn't quite there. The back line looked a little bit disjointed, but I just kind of have to say that it was down to that man there, the Manchester United manager. You know, he got his tactics spot on. He's given himself a lifeline. Will he be still at Manchester United next season? Well, he's given himself a very good chance now with winning a cup. But the question would be, why did he not perform these type of tactics throughout the season? Brilliant today. The rest of the season, I've said it here on ITV before, Manchester United have been a bunch of individuals. Today was the first time I actually thought it was a team performance. And I'd be saying, where was it the rest of the season? But you have to applaud it, and he played his part when he came on as well.
That's what it means to these players. Rasmus Højlund in tears at the end of this. He played the role of an impact sub again today. I'm sure he was devastated not to start, to be honest.
That guy, Bruno Mainoo, wow. Well, look, I have to say again, I'm excited for the Euros with that performance as well. So, look, you have to applaud every Manchester United player today. They had a game plan, they executed it, delivered it. And it's not easy to... You can always have a game plan, Becky. You can say, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to try and do. We tried it against Brighton. But it's so difficult when you're playing this Manchester City team. They've got everything about them.
Luke Shaw there on the pitch. Manchester United have missed him this season. They really have. But what did you make of the back line today?
Luke Shaw is recognised left-back, and you're right, Manchester United the whole season have absolutely been... The back line, it's been chop and change. You mentioned at the start of the show, the centre-back pairing has changed 15 times this year. So to have the performance to deny Manchester City from any real big clear-cut chances, apart from long-range distance shots, you have to applaud. Honestly, you can only speak positives. And Varane as well, he's played very limited minutes over the last month or so. To come in and again, solid performance.
Well, I think that's Varane's last game for Manchester United as well. What a way to end it.
Might drop and end on that.
Absolutely. It's worth noting as well, European football now returns to Old Trafford next season, Europa League.
Look, if it wasn't a motivation before the game, an FA Cup and also against Manchester City, it was to get European football. It would have been an absolute disaster from Dave Brailsford there, and obviously to Jim Ratcliffe coming in and not having European football. So it's a great win, great day all round for Manchester United. And Harry Maguire as well. You know, he'll be pleased there as well to have another title.
Yeah, I wonder how much they were all contributing from the sidelines there, trying to help their team off the pitch while they couldn't. What about Pep Guardiola's thoughts?
Well, it was interesting. We were watching him after 30 minutes. He knew that the tactics weren't working, and he told Doku and he told Akanji, go get ready. And I thought, is he going to do it before half-time, bring those substitutes on? So he knew it wasn't, sometimes it just wasn't feeling right. And I have to say, if Man United played Manchester City 10 times, you'd probably say with the squad you'd lose 9. But today was about that one win, and Man United deserved winners today.
All right, let's head back to Gabriel, who is with Bruno Mainoo.
Cobby, for a lad brought up in the Manchester United colours, come through the system, sum up today.
Oh, it's been unbelievable. I mean, the support from the fans and the game as a whole. To me, to be able to run it back from last year, you know, a tough loss, and I wasn't able to be involved, and now to be involved and just to be around it's been amazing.
What worked tactically in particular today?
Tactically, just trying to stop everything going through the middle, to be honest. They're so dangerous in the middle of the pitch. They've got so much quality there with De Bruyne, Foden, Rodri. So just trying to send everything wide and just block it, defend with our lives.
Sum up your goal, what a moment.
I know, to be honest, it's such an amazing moment, I can't even remember it, to be honest. I remember making the run and slotting it into the corner, and that's about it.
Well, I think you started the move to a degree, then it goes cross-field. The assist from Bruno Fernandes, it looked like he saw you several times. Yeah. That's Bruno.
Yeah, I mean, the quality he has, everyone knows the quality he has. He sees things that no one else can. I tried to shout him, I don't know if he could hear me, but yeah, he just found me in the right spot and I was able to finish it.
2-0 up at half-time, you know they're going to come for you. What's key in the second half?
Just not get carried away with ourselves, you know. We have to be very humble and respect them. They're a great team. We know they can do a lot of danger to us, especially coming out into the second half. So we just have to keep our heads and keep together.
Some might wonder, some Manchester United fans up there, where's that performance been? It was so good in so many ways.
I know it's been a tough season, and luckily we've had the fans behind us the whole way. But in a game like this, we have to come together. I mean, it's been our light at the end of the tunnel. So we have to come together.
You know this club. What does it mean to this club to win an all-Manchester FA Cup final? To do it against a team, the local rivals who've been so dominant?
Yeah, the FA Cup is such a historic trophy. And to do it in this game in a derby, it's nothing sweeter.
So called up for England, FA Cup final winner, FA Cup final scorer.
Thank you very much. It's been amazing. I mean, I don't want to think about England too much. I don't want to take all this in, but yeah, I just want to live in the moment for right now.
Yeah, I forgot. Player of the match as well. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Alejandro and Kobe, FA Cup winners. How does that sound?
Thank you very much. No, incredible feeling, you know, no one believes in us, but we are a team, we are all together with these fans. It's an incredible moment for us, also for me and Kobe. We scored the goal, but all together we fight like the last game of our life, so we are very happy.
Kobe, you are absolute fantastic stuff. Well played.
Well, as Sam said at the end of the first half, Arsenal came from 2 down to beat Hull a decade ago to win 3-2. That's the size of the task ahead of the champions, Manchester City. What a first half. Ian, let's get on with it. So much to analyse. The first goal, an example as much as anything, never give up if you're a striker.
Well, no, you've got to chase it down. But I think that it was more in this midfield area, the way that they've been once they've gotten the ball, they've not panicked on it, but that is something that they've obviously practiced because Dallow's not even looked properly. This is obviously bad communication between them two, but Garnacho not stopping at all, going all the way, putting him under pressure. You look at this run, it's a very good run the way he's got himself back on side. I love the fact that Dallow's not even thinking. It's not like he's going to try and pass that sideways. He's gone straight over the top, and then the confusion. And that is it. Perfect start for United.
Neither Gvardiol nor Ortega, Jolien, say a word. Is that, you know, Ortega is the reserve goalkeeper. Is a little bit of that in there?
You could use it as an excuse, but there has to be some form of communication. But it's probably the first time you could look at a back four and say it's disjointed because they're all on different pages, whether the starting position or recovery runs. It doesn't seem like they're in unit and they're thinking on the same page.
First time that a teenager has scored in the cup final since Ronaldo for Roy's team in 2004, 20 years ago. And then a second teenager scores. So the first time two teenagers have scored. What a goal this is as well.
Absolutely brilliant. United's decision-making in terms of possession, excellent. No one to go long, no one to go short. That was the key for me before the game, what they do in possession. Sitting in as well and good. And United, nice and compact, nice and relaxed. And then we got Rashford talking about the two wide players where you got that space. Beautiful quality ball. You look at Bruno just walking in there, and this there for Bruno, the finish. We talk about his defensive work being vital, but it's his getting forward.
You know the good thing with this, Roy, is that Bruno, watch how many times he checks Mainoo. There's one there, so he knows where he is, he's aware of him. This is what you got to do as a midfield player, you got to be aware of your surroundings. Again, he checks him there. So by the time he in here, he's not looked again. I think he looks, he looks one more time, but it's the execution.
Yeah, that's where his brilliance is. A lot of players do that. A lot of players do what they do. They drift in, they try and pick a team out being smart, but they can't do it. They pass it behind somebody he gives them the perfect pass, so it's obviously going to be a one-touch finish. Simple, brilliant, effective, lovely.
Well.
Oh, a lovely finish. Brilliant.
Also, he shaped as if to shoot, didn't he? Just momentarily.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't he, Bruno?
Yes.
So
Bruno does that quite a bit. You know, he's an intelligent footballer and he gets into them positions. We said how important he is to Man United, but it's the execution, just that perfect way to pass, where he knows his teammates got a one-touch finish and. Beautiful goal.
You know, if City do lose, we're all going to go on about the fact they only warmed up for 15 minutes and they came out late. You know, what's going on?
Listen, this isn't a performance I'm used to seeing. I think anyone's used to seeing in regards to City, but you've got to give credit to Man United. They've obviously got a game plan. Even before the goals, you could see what they were trying to do with the width of Rashford and Garnacho, and it's paid off.
They can't relax, though, United. They cannot relax. They can't get cocky and get carried away and think they want loads of possession. Do what they've been doing. They've conceded late goals we saw against Coventry.
3 up against Coventry with 20
more importantly,
minutes to
against
go.
Man City, the last time they played in the league game, conceded 2 late goals. Because City will keep coming at them and try and wear them down. United, be compact.
It's the shape. Their shape's very good. We saw in one instance, we saw them go and really press City and nearly get something. But in the main, they've dropped off and stayed in their shape and got the 2 wide guys. So if they do win the ball, you see from whether it's from Dalot or Rashford, they can switch it quick and they're straight in. It's really good play from United.
Because Gvardiol's defending very narrowly, isn't he, for a left-back? I mean, he's more naturally a centre-back, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. I think for both goals, I think he's got his position in opposite movement wrong. I think for the first goal he needs to be more narrow because Garnacho's inside and there's no one wide, and then on the second goal he's very narrow and Garnacho's wide, so I think he needs to obviously use the platform in terms of what the manager wants, but recognise the individual where he's starting position.
Garnacho and the 2 goals were obviously a mistake for the first goal, but really good run from Garnacho, and the second goal is an unbelievable goal. The pass from Bruno is incredible.
Yeah, Manchester City didn't really know what's hit them in that first half, Mike.
No, I thought Man United were excellent. I think City's high line, we've been talking about that for a long time now. They got punished with it. I think the runs from Rashford and Garnacho have been brilliant. I don't like the fact that Gvardiol and Walker are providing the width. It needs maybe a Doku and a Grealish in a one-on-one situations.
I think we'll see one of them.
I think we'll have to. In the middle of the park, it's so congested. Foden's trying to get into the number 10 role, but ending up on the left-hand side, and he's been isolated at times. So I think in terms of a plan for Man United, it's been spot on. They've been excellent. They really have.
Because so many times this season you've been critical, many pundits have been critical about the fact of a lack of plan, particularly in midfield areas. But we've seen it today, you know, almost man-to-man at times with, you know, Mainoo and Amrabat.
Amrabat, well, the change inside, Amrabat's going into Kevin De Bruyne, Mainoo's going into Foden, not giving him no space, but Tomley's coming back into that middle area, just protecting as well with Fernandes. But it's been great to see. Where's this been? But we talked about centre-backs before. It's been a massive difference with Martinez and Varane, giving you that structure and them in front of them, it looked like a solid team. Where has this been?
Well, I mean, Martinez has not been fit to play, so that, and Varane's been injured and had his problems as well. They've not had that stability, and it's definitely had it today.
Yeah, I think the two of them have been outstanding, and I think obviously you heard Ten Hag talking about injuries, and that's what he means. The vital players. Martinez is a vital player for the club. He's a lead. When you talk about leaders, he is. You can see that he leads on the pitch, but I think not just them two, the whole team has been outstanding. The way they defend, the work he's put in. And the hard work starts now, because you know City are going to come back at them, and they're going to have to dig in, work hard, make sure that they can see this game out.
Could be a hell of a second half. We spoke about how direct Manchester United, and we backed it up with statistics prior to the game, didn't we? And it was obvious from the start.
Yeah, but it was a bit of a shambles from Man City defensively as well. But yeah, of course, Man United go direct. We knew that on transition that's what they was going to try and do. You see Rashford here with Walker, and yes, the pace and the battle was brilliant to see. And it was just giving that, you know, well, we know what we're good at, and we're going to try do it. Long ball. If Walker's position is not spot on at times, they would have got exposed. But Rashford showed early doors, I'm going to work hard for the team, I'm going to run in behind, and the quality in midfield, we can find you. And this is exactly what they tried to do early on in the game, Wayne.
Yeah, and I have to say, the runs in behind, fantastic. The balls in behind the play have given them opportunity, but Kobe Mainoo, for such a young lad, the composure, not take his goal out of it, the composure he showed on the ball in such a big game, such a young lad, is incredible, and his performance first half has been the stand-up performance for me.
Totally agree. We'll come more to Kobe Mainoo very shortly, but the Garnacho goal was another example of that kind of directness.
That's exactly it, and this is what I was talking about. And you know, you try to keep a high line, but in this position here, you can see Guardiola has got the situation under control. The keeper there doesn't need to come. Okay, he's onside, very tight, timed his run to perfection, but Guardiola's got that, and yes, he made a mistake in trying to head it back, but if Ortega just gives himself 5 yards, he's just picking it up, and Man City, you know, go on their attack there.
Yeah, again, it's good running. Garnacho puts him under pressure, and that's all you can do in that situation. I think the goalkeeper, he's messed up. It's the keeper's fault. He either stays or he comes and takes everything. Takes everything, ball on man.
Alejandro Garnacho became the third teenager to score an FA Cup final goal. Can you name the other two?
Go on.
Cristiano Ronaldo and famously Norman Whiteside way back when. And who became the fourth?
Name him.
Very good. It's not a trick question. It was, of course, Kobe Mainoo became the fourth. The first Englishman to do so since Steve McKenzie for City against Tottenham in '81.
Oh, it's just brilliant the way he runs. He's been excellent, hasn't he, Ray? And everything he does.
See, and this is what Man United need to do, that composure to take the ball in the middle of the pitch. It allows them then to get bodies forward, and great switch from Marcus, and Garnacho plays a nice pass, and that pass from Bruno Fernandes is incredible. There's not many players in world football who can achieve that pass.
Yeah, I think if you notice that at some point you see Fernandes just spot Mainoo before, you know, that scanning.
There he is.
That's one. I think there's another one at some point. There's another.
Yeah, I think the only thing.
Oh, there was a little flick.
The only thing I'd say on that is, can Kyle maybe get back a little bit quicker? He watches the players that's on the other side, and then he realises that it's too late. But the goal of finish, even to finish, the composure of his finish, he's been absolutely outstanding.
Right, he really has. I mean, Eric Ten Hag, his thoughts at half-time now, he's stick with the same plan, that's for sure. He won't be changing anything, will he? But I suspect he might. A little bit frustrated is Pep Guardiola. Kobe Mainoo, right? We've already talked about him. I mean, I saw him play for England. Against Belgium. When he made his first team debut, I was so impressed with his debut. Was he 19?
Incredible, and it's so good to see a player from the academy coming through and dictating the games for Manchester United. And he's had some moments where he struggled as well since he's been in the first team, but I think this afternoon he's been absolutely... You look at the composure on the ball, little passes, little 1-2s, playing people in behind. I think he's been incredible.
Yeah.
He's just got everything, hasn't he? I think tactically and technically he will improve.
Yeah.
But just that.
But I think he's helped out by having a plan.
Exactly. When he's got that base behind him, he can go out and do what he needs to do. Positioning will improve. But he's always there. His commitment, the way he speaks, the way he plays, the way he handles himself. He's just been exceptional. But and just to finish it off so coolly at the right moment.
This is what he's been doing recently, is adding a few more goals. He's getting forward a little bit more early on when he first come in. Yeah. He was staying in the middle of the pitch. But
was he a player when, you know, there's been a lot of talk about at Manchester United for a long time? Have they known about this kid coming through, or is it kind of more of a recent?
Yeah, I knew about him through my son, who was obviously in the academy, and he was telling me about all the younger players coming through. And I think he's come through probably into the first team because Manchester United has been struggling a little bit. He's managed to get his opportunity, but he's taken it.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, he is in the main squad for England. I don't think there's much doubt that he won't be